Well, I wanted to show you another part of the great state of North Carolina. I'm in the mountains of North Carolina. I'm actually in the Smoky Mountain National Wildlife Refuge in Cherokee, North Carolina. And today my goal is to photograph some elk. So come along and enjoy this adventure. Now, I know there's some people out there saying there are elk in North Carolina, and the answer to this question is yes. So before Europeans came here, or after Europeans got here, there were elk and buffalo on the eastern seaboard of the United States. But because of unregulated hunting, commercial hunting, just the general shooting of these animals became extinct here in North Carolina. Now, the animals that are introduced here, these are western elk. We don't know if they're the same species of elk that were here, but these animals have been reintroduced here in North Carolina. And there's been a program for the last 40 years to introduce these animals. Over the last 40 years, I think they've introduced 60 to 80 animals. And right now, the population is in the neighborhood of 500 to 800 animals, depending on who you talk and, but anyways, that's the guesstimation of how many animals there are here in the Smoky Mountain National Park. And that's where I am, the Smoky Mountain National Park. This is a beautiful, publicly accessible park that you can access. It does cost $5 to park here every day, but other than that, this is an incredible area for you to come. Now, where I am right now is I actually walked up a trail here to see if I can get into the woods and maybe photograph them here in the forest instead of down on the main road, which I'm going to show you later. And as I was driving in, all the pictures I've seen of elk online have been photographed in two fields down here. And where I am right now, if you can see behind me, it's very dense. Elk have an incredible sense of smell, so they're very alert to whenever smells come. And the wind is up here swirling all over, so there's no way I'm going to be able to sneak up on an elk and be able to take a picture of it. So what I think I'm going to do is head back down the hill here and see if I can do it. The other thing too is that the Piedmont's at about 250 feet above sea level. Right now, I think I'm at 5,000 feet above sea level. So I'm having a lot of trouble breathing where I am right now. So I think I'm going to stick with the truck and just see if I can photograph them along the road or something like that, because I don't see myself trekking a huge amount of distance to get here. Something to keep your eye open. This is called a rub, and what happens is all deer do this. The male deer just during breeding season will rub their antlers against trees, and that's a visual sign to female cows or female deer that they're available to breeding. Now, I know this is an elk rub because it's so high off the ground. If this was a white-tailed deer, it'd be much closer to the ground. And what they do is they have a gland on top of their head, and this is a sign that says, hey, I'm in the area and I'm looking for females to breed with. This is very common behavior. It's almost, sometimes you'll see deer just doing it over and over again. It's almost like they're sexually frustrated and they're trying to relieve some of that tension. But that's something to keep an eye out for when you're out here looking for elk, because that's a definite sign that they're out here. Well, plan B is to photograph along. So you're sitting on a road right now, and I'm going to photograph in this field along the brook that I crossed over. All this parallels the road, and I'm just going to move up and down this road. I don't know if I'm going to drive, what I'm going to do, but I'm going to stay on this road because I think it's the best option for me. Almost all the photographs I've seen of elk from this area here have been in this little area that I'm in now. So there are signs everywhere down here that says stay away from the elk, stay away from the elk, stay away from the elk. So that indicates to me it's a good sign that these animals will be here. So I think I'm going to stick around here. I'm going to move around the truck. I'm going to stop in different places. Some places that I think will be really good photographically, but this field, that brook are the two main areas I want to focus on. Okay, there's 7 cows up here. Well, they could be cows and calves, I'm not exactly sure. But there are 7 elk up on this little hill here. This is great. Matter of fact, this is the spot I was at. And I was waiting for them to come, and I just drove down the road about, well, probably 3 miles and came back to see if there were elk anyplace else. And in that time, those animals had walked out into this field and are laying down in this field here. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to wait here, see if any other elk come and join them, maybe some bulls or something like that, and see what happens here. But, you know, when you see your target animal, that's never a bad day. So I'm going to try something here. A bunch of elk are laying in the grass there, and they've kind of just sat there. They haven't done anything, but a couple of them are now starting to get edgy, or they're moving their heads a lot. Before they were just laying in the grass, and now they're just standing up looking around. So I'm going to try and take a picture of them laying in the grass like that. There's a small group of them together, and I think that's going to make an interesting picture. So this image is any good, here it is. Well, it's almost sunset here, and the Rangers are going to be kicking us out of here in a minute here. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to come back tomorrow and make another video that I'm going to load up next week. But I want to say that I've had a great time out here. I haven't seen a lot of animals. I've only seen these 7 animals up here, and they've basically been laying up there the entire time. They've just gotten up, and I think I got a few shots, which I'm going to show you in a minute. But I want to thank you for watching this. If you got anything out of this, please give it a thumbs up. Please subscribe to this channel because that really helps us in YouTube world. Become a Patreon supporter. Your support allows us to keep doing this. My name is Leahy. I want to thank you for watching.